Hello and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Now,
The
if
Columbia
you're
Network
wondering
takes
why the
pleasure in
game
bringing
looks
you
completely different, I mean you can probably tell by the UI, that is because I've installed yet more mods. I've actually been peer pressured after watching
Suspense.
on 3 other
Stories from the world's great
Let's
literature of pure
and had a
excitement.
look at their mod list.
A
They all
new
had
series
these mods in
frankly
common.
dedicated to your
It's the
horrification
Darnified UI, which you
and
can see at the
entertainment.
bottom, which
Week
looks
by
a
week, from the
lot
pick of new
nicer,
material,
a lot more
from the pages
slim,
of best-selling
more
novels,
streamlined
from the
than
theater
the
of Broadway and
vanilla
London,
UI,
and
which
the
is just
sound
big and
stages of
chunky and
Hollywood,
gets in the way.
will parade the most
So yeah, that
remarkable
looks a lot
figures
nicer.
ever known.
And more observant of you
CBS
might
gives
even
you
notice that it's a lot
Suspense.
darker here now. That's because of the Nevada Skies mod. I mean, if you thought that the Imaginator mod that I had installed last time was good, this is
Tonight's
this just blows
presentation
that out of the water.
is one of the finest of the
Not only
contemporary
does it change
stories
the
of
colours around
mystery
and
and
stuff,
terror.
I think.
John Dixon
It also
Carr's
adds a
famous
whole
novel,
bunch of weather
The
effects.
Burning
So
Court.
yeah, rain, even snow, yeah, all that is in the game now. And the last one, you can probably tell by these lights, is
A
the
glass of sherry
electricity
by the fireside
mod,
of a
which
beautiful
adds
suburban home.
apparently a lot
What
of
could be
street
more
lighting
comforting?
to the
You're an
game.
admirable host,
And this is
Mr.
pretty much required
Depar,
if you have
and it's really a
the
shame our
Nevada
first
Skies
meeting
mod,
is under
just
such
because
a
it does
cloud.
make the nights
It's
so
also a
dark.
shame I have so little
You
time
need these extra
to tell
street
you which
lamps,
one of your
otherwise you
guests
literally
here
won't be able to see a thing.
murdered
So,
your
yeah,
uncle last week.
I think it looks a lot better now. Or it should look at least on par with
Now
other
let's
Let's
see
Plays
now.
you
I
may have
believe
seen.
we're all here. Your
So I
wife,
think we're gonna
your friend
head
Mr.
back
Stevens,
to
Captain Brennan. Yes, and incidentally yourself.
I
Just
think
who
it
did you
was
say you were?
West
No
Side,
wonder you've had so much difficulty with the case,
and take
Captain.
out the fiends
My
who
name
are
is
in
Cross,
some sort of
Gordon
nearby
Cross,
cave.
the writer.
Yes, we are still doing the inheritance
As a
quest
matter
line.
of fact, it's because of my just completed book, Poisoning Throughout the Ages, that
looks
I happen
like
to be here now.
There's some
And Ted
action
Stevens
already.
there happens to be a
Literally
member of the
just
firm which
spawned here.
publishes my work. I'd never seen him
Oh
until
my
tonight,
goodness.
but I've been told what
It's
happened.
fiends.
This afternoon, he began reading my manuscript for the first time on the train. The commuter's train, which every afternoon deposits him safely and
Oh my
soundly
goodness,
here
I'm
in
using
Christmas.
the wrong type of ammo.
I imagine he was
hate how it
halfway home by the
defaults
time he finished the first
to the
chapter.
ammo type. You know,
Then he
to
turned
pretty
the
much
page.
the strongest ammo type.
Attached to the following leaf was a
It's really
picture.
annoying.
And looking at it,
Kind of lagging a
the
bit.
young man stiffened
And yeah, as
suddenly
you can see here, the
and all
UI
but cried out his shock.
a lot better than
It was
before.
a picture of
You
a
can
young
actually,
woman.
You don't need to do
And
nearly as
under
much
it
scrolling. I mean,
had
I
been
still do
printed,
because of how many
famous
items I have
poisoner
You can
Marie
see
Dobré,
everything. It's the font
1676.
is really nice.
Ted Stevens was
And the
looking at
font
a
size,
picture
it's perfect.
of his
It's
own
not
wife.
too big like before, where you can only have like what 10 items on screen on the same page or something before having to scroll all the way down.
Imagine
But
his
it's not too small that you can't
25-year-old
see
wife
it.
in 17th century costume. The face,
So, yeah, I'm
the
really happy
features,
with
even
this.
the wistfulness of expression were identical. Even the name.
I've still
Dobré
got
was
a
his
couple
wife's
more
maiden name.
fiends to take
But
out.
no, that was ridiculous. This woman in the picture was, well, one of his wife's ancestors. Yes, that was it. Simply an amazing family
I
resemblance.
think they're
Marie would be waiting for him at the
just
station and he'd
like
have to
one or
tell her
two.
about it. He wondered why, however,
It's kind of
she'd
unusual
never
thing.
told him about. Oh, well, but you don't discuss
yeah,
such
I
an
wonder if
ancestor,
we
do you?
take out the fiend cave.
Ted Stevens glanced
might
down
actually
at the
make them
chapter to
stop
which the
spawning,
picture had been
which would
attached. It was entitled,
Quite cool actually.
The Affair of the Non-Dead
Yeah,
Woman.
let's just head to the cave now. Yeah, I think from now on I'm going
Hello,
to try
Ted.
and
Stevens
try
was
and
almost
complete the
jolted
whole
from
of
his
the
seat.
inheritance quest.
It was Dr.
Maybe
Weldon,
move
professor
on
of
to
English
the
at the
next
college,
one
an old
in
friend
the
of his.
series.
Quickly, he thrust the picture beneath the
think it's called
manuscript and
Russell.
moved over. Hi, I didn't see you, Doc.
That,
Here,
I mean,
have a seat.
yeah,
Oh, I
that
thought
does
maybe
sound
you were
good.
giving me the, what do they call it? The brush off? Oh, no,
There's this other mod which
say,
looks
as a
really
matter of fact,
promising
Doc,
on the
you're the
Nexus.
one man I do want to see.
Yeah? Very flattering.
I think
Remember those
it
discussions we
was
used to
released
have
quite a
about
while ago,
murder?
and from then on
Better
it's,
than bridge
it's had
anytime.
quite a big
Well, I got the idea that
user
you made
base.
sort of a hobby out
I think
of the
it's
old
something
cases,
like
the historical ones.
Return
Well,
to
I've
Boulder
studied quite a
Dome or
number of them,
something.
yes.
Ever hear of
It's
a woman
just like,
named
I mean, it's another quest
Marie
mod, but
Dobré?
it adds a whole
Marie
new
Dobré?
area. That's, I think, outside of the Mojave
Oh,
Wasteland, so
yes. That was her maiden name,
it
of
would
course.
be nice to see
One of the finest specialists in
completely
arsenic poisoning
new
you could
and
ever
different
hope to
environment.
find. Oh, we're almost at our station, Ted.
So yeah, I
Get to
think
the
this
door.
is it.
Yes, a real
Quick
charmer
save
Marie was.
before we head
Must
inside.
have disposed of 100 husbands, lovers, suitors, and just plain friends before she was caught. What happened to her, Doc?
Yeah, there's a
She was
theme.
beheaded and burned.
This is where we're meant to go though. I mean, this place doesn't look too big.
Oh, absurd, laughable.
Yeah, this revolver's
Ted
been
Stevens
working
kept saying this to himself, and yet
there's a mine
what he knew was a foolish
directly
dread followed him
beside it.
straight through the small suburban station and clung to him as he reached the street.
Oh,
And there in the
goodness,
roadster
this
was
could be a
Marie,
long one.
leaning toward him a little to hold the door open and smiling at him.
Oh,
Let's hope it's not as
Ted, what on earth are
crazy
you staring at?
as
That
some of
streetlight
the
shining on your
Lord of
hair, I
Pain
like that.
locations.
Oh, you're tight. Come on, get in the car.
See if there's
Then,
anything
like a
here.
wisp of smoke, it
4
was gone.
missiles.
The whole ridiculous fear, the delusion.
Hope that's just random. I hope no one actually is using any missiles here. That'll be quite
When at
bad.
home, Marie brought the cocktails into the living room. The logs were burning brightly in the fireplace, throwing a
I
soft,
don't know how
dancing
these
glow
guys
upon a room
actually
that was darkening
gain
with dust.
access to stuff
you,
like
Marie.
missiles
And to
and
you,
stuff. I
dear.
mean, it just doesn't make sense.
As Stevens placed his glass down, he noticed the
I
manuscript
mean,
of my
you'd
book.
think that missile launchers
It was
would
there on
only
the
be
table,
found
right where he placed it when
in,
he
you know,
first came in.
the most heavily
Deliberately,
guarded
he turned
of
from it.
army bases.
And then turned back. The manuscript had been moved.
But I
Only an
guess
inch or so,
it also
but
has
it
a
had
chance
been
to
moved.
come up in random.
Keeping his
route.
back to his wife, he thumbed through that early chapter and discovered, just as he
I mean, on
knew
one
he
hand,
would,
it means that
that the
you actually
photograph
gain access to some
was
pretty
gone.
cool stuff early. Which I guess
For a long moment, he thought of
why
what
they
to
did
do. Then slowly, he turned around.
This
we're ready to head
book
down
by
to the
Cross
mine,
I
I think.
brought home.
Yes?
Oh, it doesn't say empty.
There was a story of poisoner in it. Rather
weird.
funny. Her name happens to be the same as yours. Oh, your maiden name, that is.
Oh, that is odd, isn't it?
Darling. Was
So-
she a relative of yours?
Why, Ted, you're
Oh my
serious.
goodness, these are
In a
loading
way,
screens.
yes. Oh, I don't mean it's really
Yeah,
important.
but
It's
I've just
that,
been
well, when you run across a
non-stop
person who's a
piling
dead ringer
on
for
the
your own
pressure
life and
on
who
the
lived
computer.
300 years ago
Yeah,
and
my
was a
poor old
top-flight
computer.
poisoner, well, you
He's
like to hear
dying.
about it, that's all.
What on earth are you talking about?
Darling,
It's
Be honest
struggling
with
to
me.
handle this. I mean,
didn't
back
you look at
then,
this
when I,
manuscript when I was
when I
out
built
of the room?
this,
No.
it
You
was
didn't
actually,
take out a picture
I'd
of a
actually say
poisoner
it's
named
about
Marie Dubré?
7.5
certainly did not.
out of 10 when it comes to
Oh,
performance.
What is this all about? What are you getting
At
at?
its time, so it's
Just this.
actually,
Somebody took that
I
picture out
think,
of
like
that manuscript
nearing
and
the
died at home.
high-end side of
Who's
things.
that? Well, I'll take a
Now,
look.
4 years later,
I
yeah,
don't
it's
feel
not
like-
holding up
Why, it's Mark.
too well.
Mark? Ted, wait a second.
Yes?
Ted.
Well, I can't say that,
Whatever
because
it
still
is you
play
want,
like every single
you won't do it.
mainstream release out there,
Promise I won't do
I
it.
mean, promise you won't get yourself
but
involved.
not on,
Please,
but it just struggles a
Don't go
little bit
out
on
now.
high
Hey, what in
settings.
the world is... Well, anyway, we can't let him
The
stay
only game that's
outside.
really caused a lot of problems in,
Mark, how are you? Come on
recent
in. Thanks, Sid.
times is
Thinking about
Watch
giving you a
Dogs.
call later.
Oh, let
That's
me have your
not
hat.
because
Thanks,
of my
I-
computer, that's just
Marie,
because
I hope you'll excuse me
it's
for
a
popping
poorly
in like this, but,
optimized
well,
mess.
I wanted to talk to Ted. It's rather important.
Oh, I don't mind at all.
Come on, Mark. We'll step into the library. Oh, you mind, dear?
Of course not, Ted. I'll be making sandwiches for us.
Oh, grab that chair in the corner, Mark.
I mean, yeah, I tried to
Well,
get
let's hear
that
it.
thing running, it's
What's the trouble? Ted,
it's impossible
my Uncle Miles
to get
was
it
murdered.
running on
Murdered?
high
Oh, the
settings.
talk hasn't reached you yet, but it's already started.
Hell, even
Definite, of
medium
course,
was
just that there was
pretty
something wrong about
stuttery
Uncle Miles' death.
in
But
some
I don't...
places.
Mark, are you sure of this? You know he was murdered? I don't know. Of course I don't. I just don't see how it could be any other way. Uncle Miles, you know, had been sick for quite a while, but last Saturday he seemed so much better that Miss Corbett...
I mean, the thing is,
that was his
the thing
nurse,
I don't understand
decided to
about
take the
Watch
day off.
Dogs is
Oh, you
why.
know all this.
I mean,
You and Marie
fine,
were
you-
over that afternoon. Anyway, Lucy and I went to the
fine,
club
you had
that
to
night, to that masquerade
downgrade
party, and
the
you left
graphics
the
for
old boy
consoles. I
completely
mean,
alone.
we all sort of
I've
knew
cursed myself 1,000
that
times
the
since.
graphics
What about
had
your
to be
housekeeper,
more
Mrs.
for
what's her name?
PC.
Henderson?
for
Wasn't she
really
around?
high-end
Sure.
PC,
In that little house out in back.
but
We told her to look
So
in
we
now and then,
knew
but,
that
well, that
it
wasn't
wasn't
good
going to look
enough.
as good as consoles, but everyone was
After midnight
expecting
when
that
Lucy
sort
and
of
I got
quality
back.
for the PC.
Uncle Miles was dying. Ted, it looked exactly like one of his regular attacks,
You can't just.
but then later,
I mean,
after he was gone,
I don't see why they had to downgrade it for the
There was
PC
a
as
small
well. I mean,
silver
some
cup
people
under
do
there,
have
almost drained,
computers which are
and
capable
Uncle
of
Miles'
handling
cat.
that sort of quality. I mean,
The
you
cat
guys did.
was still warm, but quite dead. Oh. I managed to get the cat out of the
More
house and buried
cynical
without
people,
anyone seeing me.
They would have
Next
said
day, I
that
had the
it's
contents of
to
the cup analyzed.
not make the console
It was
versions look so
poison.
bad.
Yes.
I mean, that's just stupid. If that really was what they were thinking, that is pretty
Well,
dumb.
what do you want me to do? Help me open the crypt? What? I want to have a private autopsy performed.
I mean,
Help me get Uncle Miles' body out of that vault. Oh, I know it's a tough
That
job. The
just-
thing
that
is
just
sealed
doesn't make
solid,
any
but we
sense.
can do it. You mean without the police knowing about
don't
it?
want
Without
to make-
anybody knowing about it.
you don't want to make the
Mr.
console
Henderson
versions
visiting
look
his sister,
bad, but
and I
the thing
managed to
is,
send Lucy over to the club.
You must be crazy.
console users aren't as
Playing with dynamite,
concerned
Mark.
with
This is
graphics
something
as
you've got to tell the
PC
police
users,
now.
and that's
I
just a
can't take
fact.
that chance.
But they'll have to know sometime. You're only
I've got
delaying
to
it.
know first, I tell you.
I mean, a lot of
You
people,
don't understand.
the main selling point of
There was
consoles
somebody in
isn't,
Uncle Miles' room that night.
to compete
handing
with,
him something in a
with
silver cup.
PCs and stuff. It's
Mr.
not
Henderson was on the
that.
porch
It's
by the
for
window.
convenience.
She saw her.
She saw
That's
her.
pretty much it.
Ted,
Convenience and
It was
probably the multiplayer
wife.
experience.
Oh,
Because multiplayer is,
It doesn't mean anything.
I think a
to
lot of
Mr.
people
Henderson
still
yet,
say that.
because she doesn't suspect anything. But well,
Multiplayer is
Ted, you've got
usually
to see
better
why
on
I've got
consoles
to be sure.
because
Why
you
I've
have
got to
these
know how Uncle Miles died. Because
centralized
it wasn't Lucy, Ted. I
really
know it wasn't.
well
Of
developed
course
networks
not,
like
Mark. She had an
PSN,
alibi. What? She was with
Xbox
you at the
Live.
club, wasn't she?
Yes. Except for half an hour.
So yeah, those are probably, I'd say, the
You will
two
help me,
main
won't you,
selling
Ted?
points. Not to mention
When do we start?
exclusives.
As soon as you can make it.
Okay.
Also,
Come on now. I'll get your
consoles.
hat. You trot on ahead, and I'll come over as soon as I can see Marie.
You're not going to tell her about
Oh,
this.
start to lag a little bit. Here.
I'll think of
You're
something. Don't you
making me
worry
carry
about
the
No, thanks,
heavy
Ted.
stuff, aren't you?
Thanks a lot.
it. Marie.
So yeah, there's no point in
Darling.
gimping the PC
Mark
version. I
asked
mean,
me to.
I know, Ted. Here.
it's
Better
the fact
take
that they
your
took
sandwiches
away
with
the
you.
choice
You'll be
of
hungry.
running it in
But-
high settings, just by
knew I was going out?
disabling the
Yes,
effects.
I
That's
knew.
not how you do it.
You listen to her?
I couldn't help
That's
it.
not
Ted.
how you do
I
things.
had an
I mean,
idea what Mark's visit was about. To talk
it's
about
so
his
dumb.
uncle's death.
They've made themselves
There's a lot
look
of gossip
even
about it in the
worse now.
village.
I mean,
That's why I tried to tell you why I didn't want you to get mixed up in it. But it's too
Yeah,
late
there's
now,
even- I
isn't it?
mean,
you're
they
going.
said that
I
it
can
wasn't
tell by the way
possible,
you
but
look.
as usual,
Ted, wait a second.
some crazy ass
There's
model
just one
has
thing I
found
want
a
to
way
tell
to
you
just
before you leave.
enable back
And that is
all
that
these effects that they
No
took
matter
away.
what happens, no matter what you find or think or believe,
And it
I
apparently
love
it does
you.
make the game look
you remember
comparable
that,
with
won't you?
the E3
I remember you
version.
said so, Marie.
So, you know, when that happens, you just make yourself look even worse.
By the light of a dim kerosene lantern,
I should
Mark
stop
and
picking
Ted
up all this
Stevens
armor. Actually,
pounded
I
their
already
way
have
through the
most
thick
of these,
shelf of
and they're
rock
not
that covered the
selling for a
Depar's
lot.
ancestral tomb.
It's
Pried
probably
open the
been,
great
though.
slab of stone which lay across the subterranean door, and then at last descended to the dank,
Some
ink-black
alcohol here.
chamber. They found the coffin. They dragged it from its crypt
Oh,
and
there's a
placed it
lot
on the
of this.
cold stone
I
floor.
guess that's what you expect
They
of
unclamped the lid and opened
bandit
it.
sort of hideout.
Mark! It's empty. What? That's impossible. It can't be. But it is, Mark. You know what this means? That body wasn't in this
I
coffin.
mean,
when
so
it
yeah,
was
Watch
here. Well, it
Dogs
was
has
From the time that coffin was
quite,
closed on
you know,
Uncle
when you
Miles,
say Watch
somebody,
Dogs, it sort of
the
brings up
undertaker
all
or
these
Lucy or me,
bad connotations.
somebody was
That's
with it until it
because
was buried. And the crypt was sealed right
Ubisoft
after.
just
And
weren't,
somebody beat us
they
to
just
it.
weren't
Somebody's
thinking.
broken in here ahead of us. Broken in? Listen, Ted. Lucy and I have hardly left the house since the funeral.
I
You
mean,
think
and-
anybody could break in here?
and that-
Smash through
that
that
means
stone
that
cement
now-
without our seeing them or without our hearing them?
I mean, even though it's not a bad game, people sort of have a poor, really poor
Who was that?
mindset coming in towards the game. I mean, all expect it to be god awful now because of all this controversy, and that's not good.
Like to talk to you if you don't mind, Mr. Stefan. Here, follow my flashlight up.
But I don't understand. How did you know about this?
By listening mainly. You mind if we go up to your house, Mr. Stefan?
Why, no.
I think
Not
that
so.
should
Oh,
be
thank
it
you.
for
Oh,
Luke
Freddie.
here.
Look here, Captain.
Freddie, this is Mr. Depa, Lieutenant Gray.
How do you
Glad to
do?
know you, Mr. Depa. And Mr. Ted
Oh,
Stevens,
there's-
is it? Well, how did you...
There's two
How did you know my
areas.
name? Very simple.
armory
I got the
as
names
well.
of everybody who was here at the
Goodness.
Depas the day the old man died.
sounds really
You
good.
and your wife were included. Oh, here we are.
But I don't... Captain, who gave you those names?
Why,
That's
your
the
housekeeper,
armory.
of course.
We'll head in.
Mrs. Henderson?
Yeah, I think we
You
should
didn't think
go
Mrs.
there
Henderson
now.
saw the dead cat, did you, Mr. Depa?
After we pick
But
up
she
these.
did. She also saw you bury it.
Yeah, the armors I'm
And
picking up
we've
aren't
been
actually all that
interested in the
great.
case ever since. Well,
It's really
nice
heavy.
place you have here, Mr. Depa. Now, let's see. According to Mrs. Henderson, your wife was
I should
wearing
probably just
some
start
kind of a
dropping these
masquerade
armors.
costume that night. What kind of a thing was it?
Well, it was...
I have
Oh,
literally
there, you can
collected
see it.
most of them, so
It was
doesn't
copied
really
from the dress
matter.
in that old painting over there.
Oh, yes.
Combat shotgun though, this was
Funny,
from
where's the
Fallout
woman's
3.
face?
It's always been that way. As long as I
Is
can
that really
remember.
51
Somebody
DPS?
must have thrown acid
That
on it or
can't be
something.
right.
Can't blame them much. She was
Really
a
that
poisoner.
weak?
A poisoner, yes.
I don't believe
The
you.
story goes that one of my ancestors was responsible for her execution.
Whoa.
Marie Dobray, her name was.
Oh, yes. I've
What
read about her.
Oh, right, that's...
Learned all the poison tricks from one of my
Apparently
lovers,
that's
guy
how
by
they
the name
make
of
the
Godin
models when you
Croix.
drop them.
Godin Oh, yes, Mr. Stevens. We cops read now and then.
Did you say Godin
So it's hid inside the
That's right.
armory.
We call it
Hopefully we'll
cross.
find some good stuff in
Absolutely
here.
no limit to a cop's education, is there? But
Oh, there's
to
two people
get back to
protecting
your
it.
wife, Mr. Depa,
Well, it
just
doesn't really
like the
look
famous
like much of
Marie.
an armory. It just looks like
Now, when
a
Mrs.
sort of
Henderson looked
workshop
through that
area.
window...
Just a minute, Captain. Mrs. Henderson can't prove she saw a thing, and you know it.
Now, what do you
It
mean?
looks like
I mean, you
there's
haven't
two
any right to
cabinets,
insinuate that my
two
wife was
big
in that
cabinets.
room.
Well, who's insinuating? I'm trying to say that Mrs. Henderson, after thinking it over, realized that she was tricked by the costume.
I mean, yeah,
The
not
woman
really
she saw
much
in
of
the
an
funny
armory,
clothes,
more like a
handing the cup of
storeroom.
poison to your uncle, wasn't your wife at all.
What?
Because your wife is an unusually tall young woman. And the
It's a
one Mrs.
shotgun.
Henderson saw was fully half a head
Lever action
shorter.
rifle.
More on the order, let's say, of
You're
Mr.
making me
Stevens'
carry the
wife.
heaviest
My wife? Captain,
Why,
this is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I don't know. It's,
So,
what's the matter, Mr.
yeah, just
Stevens? You're
give
sounding
all
like a
the
leaf.
stuff away.
Tell me now, just for fun, where was Mrs. Stevens that night?
She was home. With me.
Spike nothing.
The whole evening?
Certainly.
You retired early?
Yes,
Do you have
we
anything
both
else?
did.
You, I suppose, were sound asleep by midnight.
Yes, I was.
Then how do you know where your wife was? Look here, Stevens. She had to have a costume that would match
plasma
Mrs. Big
grenades?
Pa's. How did she manage that? Where did she get it?
Plasma
She
grenades
never
too,
had one.
man.
She never had a dress like that.
Wouldn't
What about her
expect
motive? Why did she poison him?
fiend
I don't know.
to have
For money,
access to
suddenly, then what was it?
high-tech
Hate?
equipment
Did she
like this,
hate
and
my
they must have
husband?
stolen
Yes,
it
yes,
from
yes,
someone.
no.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the only
I don't know. I don't know. I tell you.
reasonable explanation I can see for that.
Phoned and got hold of Mrs. DePar, the nurse, all right. That Mrs. Stevens couldn't reach her. Her phone won't
But then
answer.
again, how could they manage to take on someone with
David, come back here. I'm going to get my
all
wife.
these energy weapons? Yeah, they must have been like heavily outnumbered or something. So yeah, that was the armory. We're gonna head inside. What's the name? Smokey's Tavern now.
Marie, what have you done? Maria. Oh,
Good evening.
Fiend Shaman.
who are you?
Is this even the right place?
My name is Cross. Go down Cross.
Cross. Where's my wife? What have you
Yeah,
done to
I
her?
think it is, but
You fiend, what have you done to my
there's-
wife?
Why, nothing at all, young
Chieftain
man.
Shack,
Here,
which
here,
you
here. Sit
missed.
down.
You're
Here.
lying. Something's
we're
happened to
heading
her.
to
The police
Smokey's
just phoned. There
Tavern
wasn't an
first,
answer.
though.
Why are you here?
Why am I here? Well, because your wife, reading my
Hope that
chapter
doesn't,
on the
like,
Dubrays,
break the
realized
game or
I knew
anything.
more about the family than even she did. Because she found my phone number on the front cover of the manuscript.
it's lagging.
And because I know an exceptional case when I
Smoky
hear
radio.
one. Does that answer your
Go to
question?
the head.
No, you know it doesn't.
Oh my god,
Can't
it's
you see
using.
I got to-
Oh, it's using
I've got
the
to
HP
know whether...
annotator
Yeah, I
for some
see.
reason.
Whether your
Just-
wife is that Marie Dobray,
I mean, the second I
burnt.
holster it,
burnt by order of the
It just
High
switches
Tribunal
ammo
for
types,
all
it's just
poison
so
cases.
annoying.
The burning court of France.
probably is a way
Witchcraft,
to
black magic. The world
change the
across
default
threshold.
ammo type. I mean, I
You're
want to
quite
use the
sure,
special
no
ones
doubt,
'cause they're
also,
cheap.
that I'm Godin Saint Croix, who first wooed her. No, my boy.
conserve the
No, my real name happens to be, of
strong
all
ammo
things,
for
Tom Simpson. Most
when I
unsuitable
actually
for a
need it.
distinguished writing career. And Marie Dobray is no more your wife's real name than mine is Godin Cross.
Yeah, I love that Gordon
Your
Freeman
esteemed
pit
wife
boy
was an adopted child, Mr.
icon.
Stevens. adopted
It's a
by
nice
people in
touch.
Canada named Dobré, remote members of the real family of poisoners.
I can't believe it. Oh, why?
Anything else to
Why
throw
didn't
away?
you tell me?
You why? Because until I told her half an hour
Oh
ago,
my
she didn't
goodness,
know
the
it herself.
radio's on.
You see, in the course of my research
That
on the
might have
family,
been loud enough to
I
trigger
found out about it.
copyright.
And in the course of
So yeah,
talking with your
whenever,
wife, I found out something
if
else.
this ever happens, you know,
How
if
for
the
years she was
audio
haunted by
sounds a
the
little
fear
off, you know, maybe
that
a
she
little
might
fuzzy,
be a poisoner by inheritance.
that's probably
by
because
blood.
of
And
copyright.
you can see, can't you, why she never talked about it?
So I
Past
probably
to
had
you?
to like
Yes,
use YouTube's
And yet, Mr. Stevens, you had all but
remove
made
a
her
song
forget that
system,
past. You. And that's why she was willing to lie, to steal a
which
picture,
apparently is
do
meant to,
anything,
you
in
know,
order to
take
hold
away
you to
the
her.
music
Yes,
from the
yes,
video.
I see that now.
You know,
But it
young
may
man,
also take away
I rather think she
parts
loves
of
you.
my audio as well.
But as you will see, though, she comes
kinda
only
sucks.
when I call her. Mrs. Stevens?
You mean she's...
Yes, Mr. Cross.
Marie, it's you. You're all
Well,
right.
like I said,
Yes, you're both all
mean,
right
I
now,
think,
and nothing can change it
in my
ever.
opinion,
Marie, listen.
Don't say Marie, dear.
Let's Plays and all
Maggie?
these
Maggie?
things
Well,
which
that's my
aren't,
name, my
you
real
know,
name.
posting
Maggie McTavish. And it's a
whole
lovely
videos.
name, dear. The most beautiful, gorgeous,
Darling,
glamorous-
darling, please.
whole-
You don't
whole
understand.
pieces of,
The police, they think you had something to do with Miles' death.
songs and
I
stuff.
did.
These should be
So,
exempt.
now, Mr. Stevens, before we
From
go back to the
copyright. This
Departs,
is
don't you think
stupid.
you'd better tell me everything that's been said and done up to date? Having just saved your wife's soul
I mean,
from the burning
You
corpse,
can't just take
now I'll
away
wrest her body from the electric chair.
about 30 minutes of work because of seconds of,
Yes,
because
Mr.
seconds of a
Depart,
particular piece
truly
of music
excellent
came
cherry.
up.
Don't
It's
you
not,
think so, Miss Corbett?
it's not fair.
Yes. Yes, it's very nice.
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I happen to be here.
Wow, there's a
So
lot
let us
of
consider first
alcohol
that
here.
supernatural hocus pocus in the
Some
crypt.
of it isn't worth
That
that much,
body
but I'm
that
just
walked
taking
out
it
of the
anyways.
sealed tomb. That body that never was in the tomb.
Never was in the tomb.
Yeah, the
No,
cam
Mr.
mod
Depart.
just
The murderer knew
really
that very
adds to
soon
this. I
Mrs.
mean, look at all
Henderson's
this
story would bring about an investigation.
cool stuff.
He had to get rid of the well-known corpus delicti.
Yes, but who could have kept the body out of the tomb?
Who, Mr. Depart? Why, you, sir.
And I'm completely
I don't
overloaded,
understand.
I
Well,
think.
it's very simple. You had the opportunity. I
Because
believe
of all
you
this
said yourself you were alone with the
alcohol.
body before the burial. And you had the strength.
Nah,
I
maybe
dare
I
say
should
you
avoid
carried
taking
it down to
half
the
bottles.
furnace,
I think that's
where it's
what
now
I've been
probably
doing
nothing
wrong.
but ashes.
Ridiculous.
Gamma gulp.
Why would he spend an hour smashing into a crypt for a body he knew wasn't there?
Why, Captain? To impress Mr.
You're making me
Stevens,
carry
his
this
witness.
heavy stuff, aren't you?
And also
One
apparently
of
you.
companions can actually
Fantastic.
consume any of these
Oh, no, Lucy.
foods
Just
and
comic.
drinks that you give
And
them.
I suppose,
hope they
Mr. Cross,
don't.
that I also put on a woman's masquerade costume,
For
went
some
into my
reason,
uncle's room and
Veronica
handed
started
him
out
a nice cup of
four-
arsenic.
No. That had to be done
tins
by
of
a
baked
woman.
beans. Now she
Your
has
accomplice,
three.
as a matter of fact.
So does that
Oh,
mean
now
she
come. You mustn't all look at
she
Mrs.
used
Depart,
one of them?
because Mark
I don't
Depart's
know.
one noble act was his frantic effort to prevent his wife
I
from
can't really
being
move.
charged with the crime.
she's
A
overloaded.
crime
so I
which
have to
he
move on
and
to
Nurse
Edie.
Myra Corbett committed.
Myra Corbett?
Why, you...
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Stevens. This quiet little lady beside me.
Well, why would I do such a thing?
Money, Miss Corbett. A cutout of Mark Depar's inheritance. Payments for services rendered.
Yes,
That's an absolute lie, Cross.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Brennan never bothered to check Miss Corbett's whereabouts on the night of the murder. Why even think
That's
of the
a
nurse?
lot of
She was the
weight.
custodian of the old man's health.
Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy.
And yet who but a nurse could so naturally offer the old man a cup? A cup he was sure contained medicine.
You're making it up. The whole thing, you're just
And
making
who
it
but
up.
Miss
Absolutely.
Corbett, living right
Cigarettes
here in
everywhere.
this house, would know what kind of masquerade dress she must copy? Would know when Mrs. Henderson would pass the window that night, pass and see her,
There's
and
the
accept her, she
two
hoped,
blocks.
for Lucy Depart.
No. That's not true.
Oh,
I
yes,
didn't do
Miss
it.
Corbett. Yes, Miss
Yeah,
Corbett.
there's
That
only
was the
one more
touch that
place to
wrecked
go
you.
there, and that's
That was your own idea, wasn't
the
it? Not mine.
chieftains.
You weren't content with a mere
Camp,
murderer's
I think.
share of the
I'm not
profit.
sure what it's
You
called.
wanted a wife's share, half of the whole estate. You wanted Lucy Depart convicted and out of the way for good.
So yeah, we're
Well,
just gonna head
I
over
give
there
you a toast,
now.
Miss Corbett,
How'd you get up
with
there?
Mr. Depar's excellent sherry. To a
Well, apparently it's
particularly
above us.
ruthless poisoner. And yet, you know, on the whole, I'm rather partial to female poisoners. Why, only
Oh my
tonight
goodness, that was awful.
I-
I don't know what happened there. It just said Windows Explorer has stopped responding or has stopped working.
Here, let me get to
And
it.
then the whole And my whole game just
What's the matter,
crashed.
Brennan?
It just crashed everything.
This man's dead. Yeah. And some cyanide if I know anything. Cyanide
Well,
from that glass of sherry.
I don't
Cyanide
know
that a
how that
nurse
happened
could
though,
get quite
because
easily. That glass was
I
right
mean, it
beside you, Miss
already
Corbett, and
happened
nobody else was
previously
there.
before.
Too bad he
Like
didn't
before
drink it as soon as
recording
you
this. It
hoped.
happened about
A second
one
ago,
or
we
two
had
times.
nobody to use against you. But we have now, Miss Corbett. We
When I
have
started to
now.
open
And I arrest you for the murder
new
of
folders
Goddamn
and
Cross.
stuff, sometimes it would just sort of lag out and crash. I'd had to wait for Windows Explorer to restart again, but I made sure to close down all windows I had before recording this time, so I have no idea what was going on with that this time. So
Yes,
let's
I'm in
hope
here,
that
dear.
Oh, I thought you might.
it doesn't happen again.
What did you cut it off for?
Huh?
I mean, I'm already dreading
The radio?
the prospect of editing this.
Oh, yeah, well, I thought you wanted to
I mean, I
talk.
know my
Poor
videos
Ted.
aren't
Don't you think I
usually,
know you better than that? What was on
don't
the radio?
actually have
There
that much
wasn't
in
a-
terms of editing, but
Okay.
for someone as inexperienced as
comment.
me, it really is a pain in the ass. Everything
I
takes
didn't
like
think you wanted to be reminded.
5 times
I
longer
don't really. But making
compared
such
to
an
other
effort to
people
hide
who
it
have
in me keeps
done
it
this
alive,
before.
doesn't it? All right, darling.
So where are we
No,
to
I
head
came
to?
in
I
to
think
ask
common
if you wanted a
quarters?
cocktail
Yeah, maybe
before
that'll
dinner.
actually
The
lead
largest one
to
you've got.
Fine, I'll get out the ice cube.
I know. If I'll fix up the fire.
the
Okay,
Chieftain
Maria.
Shack.
Where are some papers?
Oh no, that's just where we came
Right there
from.
by the
Is
bookcase.
it?
And
Oh
the
no, that's the
name's
right
not
place, yeah.
mine. It's Maggie.
But
Because,
I
darling,
don't see any way to
Marie's
get there.
dead and gone forever.
Am I missing something really obvious here? Yeah, how on earth did you get up there? That's a whole new floor above us.
Oh, no, Marie. We're never dead. Neither of us. It was your hand that
I mean,
touched
if I
that
can't
glass,
find the direct
I know
route, I
that
might just
now.
have to do some,
and I could return the favor. But instead,
Fallout style mountain
I shall
climbing.
ask that you dispatch your husband. This one,
It actually works a
like
lot
all the
better in
others.
Skyrim.
now.
Actually, this is the way.
Just a little bit of poison
I can't believe
in
I
the
missed
drink,
it.
Marie.
I mean, yeah, that actually, the whole mountain climbing thing works a lot better in Skyrim.
What kind, Ted? What kind of a
Because in
cocktail
Fallout
shall we
it sort
have?
of stops you
Oh,
whenever you do try and
any kind, darling.
jump
Any kind at all.
something that can't be jumped on. Where Skyrim just lets you jump wherever you want. Oh my goodness. Look at all these chicks in sexy sleepwear. I mean,
You've just heard The Burning Court from John Dixon Carr's
My God.
famous novel, the first in Columbia's new series of outstanding classics and chills by world-famous
yeah,
authors.
the chieftain.
Tonight's play, ladies and gentlemen, has one
He
rather
must
special
have been
significance we
having
think
a
you'd like to know
pretty
about.
darn good
As you
time.
perhaps have heard, every fine comedian is said to cherish a secret desire to do an abrupt about
Yeah,
face.
Shulgin,
He
that's his
pines
name.
for the part of a blackguard. Well, tonight you witness the fulfillment of one such desire.
Yeah,
The role of that
Super Sledge or
literary
something.
and quite infamous diehard, Gordon Cross, was portrayed by none other than Hollywood's expert provoker of laughs, Charlie Ruggles, here in New York for the world premiere of his
fuck
latest
up.
screen success,
That's-
Friendly Enemies. The role
Maybe
of
a
Marie,
holotape?
well,
Maybe
that was
just
enacted by a young
note.
lady who long ago won
Maybe.
national acclaim as one of Broadway's most accomplished dramatic actresses, Miss Julie Hayden. Thank you, Charlie Ruggles and Miss Julie Hayden, for your splendid performances.
Guess we'll take
The
that.
play tonight, as all plays in this series, was produced and directed by Charles Vander, written by Harold Medford, and scored by Bernard Herrmann.
No.
Next week, we bring you an intensely exciting and moving drama,
So let's have a look at
The
that
Life
note that
of
we
Nellie
just found.
James. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Ah, so he's been threatened. He's been lazy recently. Nope, just some jet. Oh no, I didn't want to sit on the couch. Anything good here? No. Still no new unique weapons yet, which is a shame. Oh, actually, those don't even have a value to them. That's pretty bad. I don't know why I've been picking every single empty inhaler up. I thought it was the other way around. I thought it weighed nothing and had a value of 0.1. Yeah, this guy's just being heavy on the drugs. Oh no, I couldn't pick that syringe up. Oh well. Yeah, not really much in here. Yep, that's it. There's absolutely nothing else in here. I think there's one more area actually, and that was the living quarters that we saw on the map. Or the common quarters, I should say. Whoa, whoa. Holy crap, I did not expect that. This is a lot to take on. One shot to the head though, if this thing's enough. Which is nice. I put 2 just in case it misses. Look like that. Yeah, I'm really liking this revolver. I don't know if it's unique. You know, I don't know if it has a unique model. It looks sort of like the hunting. I think it's the hunting revolver. That's what it's called. But yeah, it's nice anyways. Would be nice if you can mod it. Looks like just more useless junk. This actually looks like a shack you would find in Megaton. Yeah, just the whole scrap metal sort of design. I don't know, I just randomly thought of that. Oh, there's so much stuff to pick up. Yeah, actually, I'll just take all the armor she's got right now and drop them all, because I don't need it. Here we go, that should free up a lot of space. I'll give her the crowbar, super sledge. All these helmets as well. Think that'll will that be enough?
Hey,
Nope, she can't move. Right, let's drop all of this stuff. Should I even start picking up crowbars? A lot of enemies seem to have them. I don't know why, I've been finding a lot of crowbars. They are really heavy as well. They weigh 6 each. To repair them. How much are they worth when fully repaired? That's still not great. Molotov cocktails. Those actually sound pretty fun. Yeah, if you're a heavy user of explosives, then that does sound really fun. What's this though? Actually, brass knuckles. Yeah, they're worth a fair bit. Actually, this brown and desert jacket looks quite nice as well. Do I have that weapon? I'm not sure. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Actually, does that give radiation resistance? I think it does. Right, let's see if there's anything on the top floor. Just some more chems. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Another thing is, I'm not sure about video length. Like, what is the ideal length? I mean, a lot of people have been asking this on Reddit as well, because they have their own Let's Play subreddit. And a lot of people say that videos should not go over 30 minutes, which mine do go over, like, very regularly. And they should be roughly, between 10 and 20 minutes. But the thing is, for a game like Fallout New Vegas, you won't be able to cover anything in that amount of time. That's just not enough, in my opinion. Actually, can we head back here? We can speak to Bradley now. So yeah, that's just not enough for me. Because in these sort of games, there's just so much to explore, and a lot of time is taken up with looting. Yeah, inventory management is a big part. That's not in many other games, or not as not as prevalent in other games. And also, dialogue. You spend quite a fair amount of time in dialogue too, so yeah, I'm not really sure what the ideal video length would be. I mean, I've seen plenty of Let's Plays that go up to about an hour, and I still really enjoy them. I mean, especially when I'm doing something else with the computer. It's just nice to just have this really long video that I can listen to at the same time. So yeah, I'm not sure. So far, I think my videos have averaged about 30 minutes, which I think is a good amount of time. That usually gives me enough time to do whatever it is I have to do and get over encumbered. That's usually the point where my inventory is completely full. So then after that, after every part, I can just head back to town and get all my stuff sold. So yeah, look at this. This is Nevada skies right here. Looks so much nicer. Yeah, look at that. It's amazing. Really, it looks like it pretty much. It makes the game look like 2 or 3 years newer with these mods. It's quite remarkable. But yeah, I think that should be enough for now. And next time we'll just keep going on with the inheritance. Maybe we can actually head into that vault he was talking about. So until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.